Oh, there you are, Your Excellency. The Enlightened has heard my prayers.
What's going on? Where are the others?
After deciphering the content of the tablets, they went north to continue their research in some swamps. But they must have encountered... He most likely came to seek help. But he...
I'm not a doctor, but I may be able to...
Oh, please do. And the healer we sent for will certainly arrive.
This man is burning up with fever and he bears several bite marks and traces of blows.
The flesh is black and blue around the bites. He was bitten by a venomous creature. What he needs is an...
Have you tried giving him any anti-poison?
Of course, but to no avail.
No matter what happens, you all...
Why, of course. These savages are always to blame. There are some rare animals there, and their venom is...
We could ask Lair. He will direct us to some...
Onol Manawi, you've come back to see old... I heard that you managed...
Did Vindwal tell you?
Yes. I was hoping that peace, well...
I need your advice. You may...
I heard about it.
He has all the symptoms. He must have been bitten by a creature of the...
So, you, alas, are Donegadis...
Thank you. I will go see her. I have to go.
Loix.
Here you are again. What do you want?
I have come to ask for your help.
I do know a few of them.
One of the researchers came back wounded from...
And now he has the Llewellyn fever.
Do you know which antidote should be given to...
My son died because of these people. Why should I give...
I'm sorry about what happened to Bran, but are you really prepared to let a man...
No, no.
Thank you, Vindwal.
Let me mourn the loss of my son, Renaxe. I should never have talked to you.
If you hadn't, the entire village would have suffered because of it.
Where am I?
You are in Eden. You're safe.
Was I unconscious for a long time? The other members of the expedition, they are in... The swamp is so hostile.
What caused these wounds?
and a colleague and I had left to fetch. I managed to run away, but I don't know what happened.
Show me the location of your colleagues on the map. I will join them.
There. Please, hurry.
Thank you. You should rest now. I do not remember there being a path in this place the last time we came.
Look, this is a passage that was forced upon nature by men. The beasts must have become restless. They do not appreciate it when their living space is disturbed.
Hey, what's happening here? I could hear you from miles away.
Your Excellency, I'm so happy to see you.
How did you manage to find us in the middle of...
Brother Fidelis managed to reach Eden.
But he didn't leave alone.
He must be dead, like our other companions. This is yet more proof.
Maybe you should calm down and
This expedition was undertaken. Our people are disappearing.
Brother Virgil is terrified. We have made incredible discoveries.
You are beyond redemption. If you want to talk to me, Your Excellency...
How charming.
Your Excellency, I hope you will forgive us for that, but ever since we arrived here, it has been...
Before anything else, I need to know what led...
What would you like to know?
For what reason were you quarreling?
The expedition itself, I'm afraid. For him, our discoveries in Eden were sufficient. According to him, we should never have continued.
Were they also written by Saint Matthias?
Without a doubt. The handwriting is the same. But what really angers Virgil is the content. Our founder explains that he learned a lot. He now persists in saying that these tablets are fake.
Brother Fidelis told me that several members of the expedition have disappeared.
Yes, that's why he left along with Father Orbricus to fetch some help. 3 more of our colleagues are missing. I must admit that I made a mistake. I should have prepared this expedition more...
And no one has searched for those who are missing.
I wanted us to... Along with lack of preparation, our constantly decreasing...
And by someone, I suppose you mean Brother Virgil.
Indeed.
I'm thankful for these pieces of information.
Of course, that's understandable.
Brother Virgil.
What do you...
Can you explain to me what caused...
The reason for it is very simple. It is Eugenia. The discoveries made in Eden were sufficient. She organized this expedition in a hurry, without... And now she's accepting as facts the delirious...
What do you mean?
We found some... But their content is so absurd. I am certain that the natives must have found these stones before us and modified...
How would they have done that? The natives cannot write.
They must have been helped by an unscrupulous settler.
Brother Fidelis told me that some of your colleagues went missing. Do you know anything?
They did not go missing. They were killed. And let's not forget the savages. We can feel their presence. roaming around the camp at night.
That's strange.
There aren't any. And they have better things to do than roam around their camp at night.
We have been in this region before, and the only native we met was a little insane but would have been incapable of killing several priests.
Those savages may very well have been following us since our departure. We will not be safe on this island until it is entirely converted.
I see. So, you haven't tried to find your colleagues?
So we can die as well. I am not as crazy as Sister Eugenia.
I cannot take sides in your quarrel for now. And, in any case, it is not what matters the most, even if you think they are dead.
Well, if you are prepared to take such a risk, but I would not get my hopes up. To get there, take the path south of here. But be careful.
This poor soul was almost entirely devoured. He must have been killed by swamp animals.
Indeed, he was devoured. But he was already dead. There is a mark here, on the bones, that could only have resulted from the strike of a cutting weapon.
You're right. He was stabbed before being fed to the animals. But anyone could have used such a blade.
The body of this man was devoured by beasts, but it happened after he had died. One of the wounds is clearly a knife wound. But alas, it's impossible to know who was wielding it.
Watch out! Grenade!
These fang marks are impressive. The poor man didn't have a chance. He must have been attacked by a large reptile. Most likely a Llewellyn.
Hold on. Do you see these iridescent marks on his skin? They look like the marks that the priest's spells leave on their victims. I've seen them many times before.
But what was he doing alone so far from camp? This man's death was no accident, nor was it linked to any predator attack. It was caused by a violent strike to the back of the skull with a mace. And it didn't take place here. The marks surrounding the body show that it was moved, most likely to make it seem like he fell to his death. It seems obvious now that these disappearances were orchestrated.
The deaths of these people were a deception. Only the Renaigse are deceitful enough to do such a thing. They kill each other and accuse my people. This Virgil, he wants to push aside this woman at all cost. He must be the culprit.
Indeed. I think that we should go find this brother and ask for an explanation. Brother Virgil.
Your Excellency!
Indeed. I regret to say that they are indeed all dead.
I knew it. What a waste.
I'm afraid someone else is responsible for this.
The savages. Their thirst for blood is unquenchable.
Watch your tongue, priest. Only the Renaigse are deceitful enough to disguise a death.
Who else could it be?
Someone who desperately wanted this expedition to fail.
Fine. You unmasked me. But know that my cause is righteous. The Ordo Luminis sent me to keep an eye on this expedition, to ensure that the discoveries we made would not jeopardize our nation or our presence on this island. But the inscriptions on the tablets are a heresy, a dangerous manipulation. Can you imagine what would happen if it was said that our founder listened to the teachings of the natives? But even then, foolish Eugenia accepted these discoveries as truth, without any hesitation, without realizing that our entire nation could suffer because of it. So yes, I wanted to scare her.
I understand that you might want to protect your nation, but to go as far as assassinating several of your colleagues...
Come now. What would you do if someone were threatening the congregation? You cannot make me believe that you would not be willing to kill. You may have already done so, but since you want to avoid using violence, help me convince Eugenia to go back to Eden. My colleagues and I know how to sort through these discoveries. And you will be rewarded, of course.
This Renaigse tried to blame my people for these crimes. The priests would have wanted to punish them, and innocent people would have died.
Sorry, Brother Virgil, but I cannot accept. You will take your belongings and leave this place. The research will continue, and their discoveries will be studied by wiser people than you. The decision to reveal them or not will be theirs.
I see. My colleagues and I will go back to Eden. I hope that you don't regret your decision.
Alas, I have found the dead bodies of your colleagues.
How horrible! But how?
I doubt it. Brother Virgil is responsible for these deaths.
What? But why would he?
As I do not have the authority to arrest him, I sent him back to Eden. If you want him to face judgment, you will have to report what happened to the Mother Cardinal.
You are right. As soon as we get back to civilization, I will make sure that she hears about it. Once more, your help has been a blessing. Take this. Alas, we will have to go back to Eden as well. There are too few of us to continue the research.
Were you hoping to discover more?
Of course. This place was but a single step in St. Matthias's journey. The last tablets speak of a journey northbound, further up in the swamp. But even if Virgil is no longer a threat, we are not sufficiently well equipped to go there.
We could go there for you if you wish. You just have to tell us where to look.
That would be marvelous. Of course, you would have to start from the excavation site where he wrote this. I think I noticed a path going north when I was there, actually. Look for... Perhaps you will be lucky enough to find more of his writings.
Don't worry. I will conduct this research and come find you here if I uncover anything.